All right, we're diving into a story today that is, well, it's almost hard to believe. It's a story about massive fame, unchecked power, and a spectacular fall from grace. But it's also about something much, much darker. What happens when a global superstar isn't just locked up, but is systematically erased? Yeah, erased. Let's get into the truly baffling case of Kris Wu. It all started with this. A single, super cryptic sentence that popped up on Weibo, China's big social media platform, on November 9th, 2025. Just 4 words. Kris Wu is dead. No picture, no context, nothing. Just that. And that was the spark that set off a massive firestorm of rumors that had been bubbling just under the surface for years. And the speed? I mean, it was insane. Within just an hour, it was all over Weibo. An hour later, it jumped to Douyin, that's basically China's TikTok, and Xiaohongshu. In less than 4 hours, this one little sentence was the topic on the entire Chinese internet. Just wow. And pretty soon, international news outlets started picking it up, asking questions, and suddenly, the whole world was in a state of confusion. So this brings us to the big question, right? How does a global superstar, someone everyone knew, just vanish? To even start to understand these death rumors, we have to go back. We need to look at who this guy was, how he got so famous, and the absolute scandal that brought it all crashing down. Okay, so let's rewind. Before all the prison stuff, before the crazy rumors, Kris Wu was a giant in the entertainment world. I mean, his life is a story of 2 completely different realities. It's wild. Just look at the difference here. It's absolutely staggering. On one side, you've got the icon, a K-pop megastar from the group EXO, the face of huge luxury brands like Louis Vuitton and Bulgari, a movie star. He was a global media powerhouse. And then, on the other side, the inmate, convicted for rape and tax evasion, slapped with a 13-year prison sentence. And suddenly, he's just a number. Every single brand that once paid him millions, they dropped him. Gone. And how fast did this all happen? It'll make your head spin. Before 2021, he was on top of the world. Then, bam, July 2021, a young woman posts online accusing him of sexual exploitation. It goes viral. Just a few days later, on July 31st, the Beijing police put out this super blunt one-sentence statement. A guy with the last name Wu was arrested for rape. By November of the next year, it's all over. Guilty, 13 years in prison. And, as if that wasn't enough, there was the money. He got hit with a massive fine for tax evasion, the equivalent of 84.3 million US dollars. Think about that. This wasn't just a personal scandal anymore. It was a total financial implosion. It was a clear signal that this went way beyond his personal crimes. This was seen as a challenge to the state itself. So, after that 2022 verdict, Kris Wu, he just vanished. I don't mean he just kept a low profile. I mean he was completely sealed off. For 4 straight years. Total silence. No pictures, no official statements, not a single interview, nothing. It was like a black box had been dropped over his life. And in that total darkness, that's when the wildest, most disturbing rumors really started to grow. So what was happening inside the Beijing Chaoyang District Detention Center? This place is known for holding high-profile people. And with 0 official information coming out, 2 completely different stories about his life in prison started spreading online. And I mean, they could not be more different. Okay, so theory A. Let's call it the privileged prisoner theory. This one supposedly came from someone who used to be a guard there, and it paints this picture of him having it, well, relatively easy. He was in a private cell, kept away from everyone else for his own safety. He was supposedly allowed to read Buddhist scriptures, even write music, and got 30 minutes of supervised walking time every day. Almost sounds like a life of quiet reflection, right? But then there's theory B, the punished outcast. And this version is the complete opposite. It's dark. This story claimed he was being starved, living on nothing but steamed buns and boiled radishes. It said he was a target for other inmates because of his crimes and had to be kept in total isolation just to keep him from being attacked. And just when you thought the story might be fading away, in April 2024, something new and explosive drops. A post, supposedly from a lawyer in Beijing, claims Wu is now being investigated for another $421 million in tax evasion. And the weirdest detail? That he had to wear a hood over his head anytime he met with his lawyers. This just fueled all the speculation that something really, really strange was happening. Of course, the post got deleted almost immediately, but the damage was done. the fire was lit all over again. But here's the thing. This story is so much bigger than just one guy. To really get how a global superstar could just be wiped off the map, you have to look at the system that made it possible. This isn't just about a prison sentence. This is about a state-run, organized process of complete and total erasure. A lot of international media have pointed out that Kris Wu's case was sort of the poster child for a big government initiative called the Clean Air Action Campaign. It's basically an official effort by the state to, well, cleanse the entertainment industry of artists they consider immoral. And the goal isn't just to punish people. It's a strategic move to take back ideological control over culture and make sure that celebrities are towing the party line. And this erasure process, it's like a playbook. It's a very methodical 3-step operation. Step 1, the media blacklist. He's officially labeled a convicted entertainer, which means no media outlet is allowed to cover him at all. Step 2, information control. A lawyer familiar with the case said that all communication with the outside world is just cut. No visitors, no press, zero. And then the final step, the digital wipe, a systematic process of deleting a person's entire public history online. And when I say digital purge, I mean it. It is staggering. His name, scrubbed from Weibo's search results. His music videos, gone from Douyin. His page on the Chinese version of Wikipedia, deleted. His credits on movies and TV shows, wiped clean. It's a deliberate, systematic effort to make it as if he never even existed. And that's a kind of punishment that's maybe even colder and scarier when just being in a prison cell. You know, a cultural critic in China really summed it up perfectly. They said, in this country, when a celebrity makes a mistake, they're not only punished, they're erased completely. And that just hits the nail on the head, right? His fate wasn't just decided in a courtroom, it was decided by a system designed to literally cut people out of the collective memory. So where does this leave us? What's the bigger picture here? The Kris Wu story is way more than just another celebrity scandal. It's become this chilling, cautionary tale about fame, about state power, and about what it even means to exist in our super digital world. At the end of the day, what happened to him was a loud and clear warning to the entire entertainment industry. The message couldn't be more obvious. It doesn't matter how famous you are, it doesn't matter who you know internationally, no one is untouchable. He was the perfect example to make, a pawn in a much bigger game to show that no celebrity gets to cross the lines drawn by the state. So we're left with two possibilities, and honestly, both are terrifying. If the rumors are true and he actually died in prison, well, that's the death of a man, and it means the system is hiding a terrible physical truth. But if he's still alive, he's serving a different kind of sentence. It's what you could call the sentence of oblivion. It's a metaphorical death where every single trace of your existence has been wiped clean. And that brings us to one last really unsettling thought. In a world with total information control, where a system has the power to just delete a person from history and from memory, what's really the difference? What's the difference between being physically dead and being alive but completely erased? What does it even mean to be alive if the entire world is told you never were?